everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. It's also Canada's 150th birthday, and to celebrate that, we are, Pop's giggling behind you, he never knows what's coming out of me. What we're doing is we're celebrating by doing this really, really big maple leaf. Why? Why not? I wanted to do it. I actually was inspired, I have to say. There's actually it was just like a little pamphlet for a quilt guild that's going on in Halton Hills. Hopefully Pop can focus in on there. And I was at my guild meeting last for the month of June, and this was hanging up, and it is stunning. It's actually, I'll flip it over real quick and hopefully Pop can get a focus in on the big quilt there. And it was stunning, like absolutely beautiful, only to find out one of my guild members made it. So I thought, I'm buying a bunch of tickets because I would be so stoked if I won that. But I really, really liked the maple leaf. I thought it was just beautiful. So I'll turn it on to the front. Hopefully Pop got a good photo of that. And I really, compared to the one behind me, that's the first maple leaf I ever did. That seems like, I don't know, coloring book. And this seems like epic awesome. I don't know why. It just really, really inspired me that I really wanted to do a nice big maple leaf of this one right here. So we went to EQ7 and Pop just kind of, I said I didn't really want a 12.5-inch block or whatever. I wanted something big. Like, let's make this like a little bit of a wall hanging or like a centerpiece to a table runner, or I don't know, something, you know, whatever. We'll figure it out. But I wanted a nice big leaf. So this is what we came up with the design wise for the EQ software. So if you get a chance to go to this, please do. It's awesome and helps support all the quilters, the guilds in your area and stuff like that. So if you happen to be a local, I'm not as a local, I mean as a local person, then please come and attend, okay? I'll be there, okay? All right, so anyways, pop that there. So anyways, I had a few to hand out here and to show. So we're gonna do that right now. I was gonna sew. I've already done the stem. I did the stem in a solid red, just because I wanted it to be different than the rest of the maple leaf itself. So now we're gonna put these two pieces together. I'm just gonna kind of work the block around. There's no really, I don't think any rhyme or reason how it goes together. The software doesn't tell you. And in fact, you kind of have to leave a lot up to your imagination when you're using the software. And just assume, in a lot of cases, that it knows what you're talking about. I found that having the templates to cut out was a whole lot easier than just trying to go by some measurements. Like if it said like 6 7/8 and cut on a 53 1/8 quarter angle cut thingy. Give me a template to cut. Then we do much better. All right, so I just finger press that right now until I get a couple pieces sewn together. I will just finger press. And there's 3 of this same piece and 3 of the same, like 3 to go one way, 3 to go the other. So it wasn't really too difficult. They did have this section right here, actually. This right here was a Y seam, and Y seams and I don't get along very well, so we, you know, altered it so we could go to bed together better. I just get really frustrated with Y seams. I know it's top 1/4 inch, but you know, always end up going too far or not far enough, and it's just got this little hole or something. I don't want to be frustrated. I want to have fun. That's the whole point, right? Have fun. Make something pretty. Okay. So we could put those two together. Actually, let's give this a little press first. So press to the dark because that's really a really light cream, okay? And of course you can border this up as many times as you like. We have a couple of selections of the sesquicentennial fabric here. Obviously the ones with the date, the maple leaf that's in the leaf itself, the solid red, and of course this gorgeous, gorgeous, you know, mounty panel that's, you know, was one of my favorites. So, all right, so where was that? So I don't want to mess that up. That was that way. This needs to attach this side. Okay, I haven't put this block together. I cut it and I just like loosely put it together. So I'm hoping that it goes together well, and we may have to do some trimming. But that is life. At some point in time, you gotta do some trimming. Look at me, you're my puzzle. Go pedal. I'm actually getting used to it, I really am. Oops, I should have pressed it the other way. There we go. It's just a matter of getting used to things. Okay, so those two are looking nice. So that would be technically right here, 1, 2, and 3, that would be the first row. I would consider these ones the second row and this one the third row. So we could start stacking them together. So let's put this and this one together. And I did have a little trouble trying to get this lined up. I'm not sure whether this was the piece I cut wrong or what have you. Maybe it was just too short or something, but nonetheless, that's going to be the outside edge and I'm just going to trim it up. So I don't know whether it was my mistake or the software mistake. It's probably my mistake, but that's okay. Adapt and move on. So happy to be on summer break. All the little munchkins are out probably swimming in the pools. Have to say it was very emotional last day of school. Lots of sad faces and saggy eyes and just talking about me, not even the parents. No, it is some of these kids I've crossed for like 6 years, like 7 years, all their life that they've spent at that school. So like I'm the only crossing guard they know. I'm the one who starts their day with, hey, how are ya? Have a fantastic day. Did you know there's only so many days till Christmas? I'm that one, yep. Or I'd be like, there's only so many days till the end of school. They're like, yay. So I'm doing a happy dance this morning, or the other morning, sorry. So happy dancing. All right, so there's row 1. We'll give that a little press. Okay. And of course, you can have this leaf sitting any way you like. It's just I'm stitching it out this way, so hopefully that you could see it clearly enough, and it's within the range of the big camera there. Okay. Some of these I did lop off the corners, the ones that but the other ones I did not, so it doesn't really matter. Nonetheless, it'll all be trimmed up. Okay. I kind of wish there was a bigger gap between Canada Day and Independence Day, the American holiday, because then I could have done something up for them too. Because I have some American fabric. I lived there for 4 years. I know them. Well, at least parts of Pennsylvania. We spent 4 years in Harleysville, Pennsylvania. And yes, they do have Harleys in Harleysville. For some reason, people like to ask us that question when we lived there. It was really weird. I thought it was weird. I have to say one of the best things of living down there was Hershey Factory. It was not too far away. It's all about the chocolate. Alrighty. Put that one together there. It's just popping along here. No time at all to have this done. I'm sure you could find the pattern quite easily. I am going to try and see if I can find a free pattern to the link to this to do it at the 12.5 or whatever size. I'm sure you could use some mathematical skills and figure it out how to make it bigger. So you're smart. I know you are. Use the noodle. Just don't be a noodle. That's me. Okay. All right, so that should technically be row 2, and we can stitch all that together. And if we wanted to, we can stitch it to row 1, but I think we'll wait till the last, till we get the 3rd row done. So far so good. When we laid out this time around, once it's got all its seam allowances and stuff, let's see how it's lining up. Okay. Try and pick like a corner if you have a little board that you can work on like that. And look, that little seam's coming in fine. That corner point's there. That's enough there. Oh, I think it's looking pretty spiffy-niffy. Alrighty. Okay, so here's a kind of the complicated one. I've never really done one of these pieces before. So I wanted to make sure I had it right. And then I was like, well, Did I have, I was like, no, that doesn't go that way because that makes that piece look weird. So really you're trying to just make a square. You're trying to make a square out of these 3 little bits of fabric. Okay. So we'll go from here to here. Try and give a little bit on either edge, a little bit over. And of course, you don't have to use the, you know, the Canada's 150 fabric. You can use just a combination. I was actually just going to use scrappy reds. I was going to like do like, you know, 5 different reds in this one and stuff like that. I thought, you know what? No, I'll do something a little bit more traditional, and then maybe for you know, just a funky little wall hanging, mix it up with some crazy reds or whatever. Make a pillowcase, like a pillowcase or something. Almost there. Of course, we've had so much rain. I haven't even had to water my garden like at all in like 3 weeks because it seems to rain every day. Can't say it must be good for the farmers though, because I'm not sure if they need all that rain before the sun can help soak it up. All right, so press out. Okay, that might need some squaring up, but let's figure the row out first. Okay, let's do these 2, and then add that one on the end. Okay. So I got a bunch of kids coming for sewing lessons this summer. Very excited. Very excited. Should keep some of them out of trouble. Getting them hooked on fabric. If you want to go to the fabric store all the time instead of the toy store, that's okay by me. Keep them making something for themselves and a tool that they could use for life. Even just threading a needle. You'd be surprised at how many, you know, alterations I get that just is a needle and a thread. And I've offered to teach some of these people, like, really, oh, I could show you real quick. They're like, no. I'm like, that's all right. Fine by me. It's what I love to do. It's not what you love to do, and I totally understand that. All righty. Take it that. Nope, it's the other way around. Silly nilly. All right, now this one goes there. That's right. Looks right to me. If not, I'm sure you'll let me know. Oh, that one actually could have come up just a little bit more. I was stingy on that seam allowance. Check that out. You can see that in the small camera? See? I need to fix that. Because look what it did. It gave me a little gap at the top, and that's not what we want. So let's do that again. See, that just goes to show you, even that tiny, tiny little mess up could have had my block in all sorts of weird sorts of directions, and that's not what we want. Even just that one little bit would have exaggerated itself over time, right? Okay, let's give it a little press. So you came back in and I fixed that. It's nice at the 1/4 inch. All right. I was like, why is that not sitting right together? All right, there we go. Because then that wouldn't have given me a solid corner right here to sew into. It was already split, and that's not what we want. And we could end up with a possible hole. And if we'd already had it on the long arm or had already quilted it up or whatever and saw that, it'd be, devastating. Okay. Now we will sew those 2 together and give a press. And then we'll sew, oop. Foot's a little more excited. It's like, let's go. I'm ready. Okay. Actually, the kids that I normally watch and have watched for the past 2 years, I won't be watching them anymore. So it was very, very sad. So people asked me if I was going to find a couple more to look after, and I'm like, it's okay. I'm good. I'm still trying to get rid of the 21-year-old. Start being so nice to the little ones, they'll never leave. No, I'm kidding. I love them. They're cute little munchkins. Okay, I know for sure this is not at all square. So before I even start sewing it together, I'm going to try and square it up, picking somewhat of a flat edge that I can find. Doing this a little trimsy. Okay, that one seems to be okay. Let's just even this up, lop off those tails. There we go. I think that's much better. Much better. Okay, there we go. Put that together. And then we are like almost done. Hopefully you take on some, funky project, even if it's just, if it's not, for Canada Day, it's for Independence Day or British national holiday, Australia national holiday. I don't know what yours are. I'd love to know though. Please fill me in. I have to say I'm quite ignorant about that, and I apologize. I would love to know what sort of, when you celebrate your main holiday and how many, like, is it years like we are, like 150 years, or like what do you do? I'd love to know. Educate me, please. All right, so we're going row 3 to row 2. And of course I'm pinning at those little seam allowances the seams where they come together, not seam allowances, where they come together, and it's pinning up quite nicely. I'm not having to fiddle or stretch or anything like that, so that's good so far. But I did say I found cutting the templates much easier to deal with than trying to just take their measurements. I mean, when it came to complicated angles, when it was like 63 and the 64 or the 54 or whatever, to me, I get the template. So, look at that, isn't it coming together? So pretty. All right, let's give that a press, and also the last one on. And I might just border it out with a little of this right here, the 150. Yeah. See my Chewies hold my chicken. That's why he keeps wearing an apron. All right, now make sure you're putting your little seams together right there. Put a little pin. See, this is where it would have been a Y seam, and to me, I just find Y seams frustrating. It's kind of like, why is the point? Why bother? That's, to me, is the why. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's people who just have mastered it, and I'm excellent. If you give me any tips or tricks, I'm happy to hear it. I'm just like, straight go. Go straight. I'll just give this all one good press. Oh, line those corners up. And if you have to square it out, square it out. Okay, oops, one more pin in there. Uh-oh. Hold on, better find that now. Or my foot will later. Ha ha, gotcha. Okay, scoot over. Alrighty, what do you think of that? Isn't that pretty cool? Go Canada, go Canada. All right, see what it measures out to be, ish. 18? Yeah, 18, just shy of, or just over 18, so good trimming and you're at 18. Put a couple little, well, actually probably a little bit less because, like I said, it was probably my miscalculation down in this corner. So, but that's what I cut the template piece at, and then I put these two together just by, nonetheless, it's there, and I will deal with it. So hopefully you do this project, or like I said, do something different for your country, and I'd love to see it. So happy Canada Day, and hope everybody celebrates safely, and you have yourself a fantastic weekend. Okay, thanks everybody for watching Weekend Project. Don't forget to check out Long on Wednesday. I don't know what we're doing next Wednesday. We'll figure it out, okay? Next weekend, we are going to finish up one of the Quilts of Valor that I have pieces for. I'm going to show you how to block it out, put it on point, finish it all up, and we'll be working on that, okay? So we'll see you later. Have fun, everybody. Bye-bye.